Let resolution be your solution.
Today's topic on Mic Stand Resolution Radio 2020 is democracy. Do you feel your voice is being heard? Is voting once every 4 years enough for you? And perhaps you vote in your local elections as well. Perhaps some people are into protesting and having their voice heard that way. Maybe you go and are one of these people who goes and spoils your ballot paper. I don't know, but I hope to find out in the next few hours. Give me a call. Mic Stand Resolution Radio 2020. Today's subject, democracy.
Now then, people talk about democracy. As far as I'm concerned, making the vote compulsory, it's a joke really, because you pay your taxes, don't you? People say you cannot complain unless you vote. Well, they don't say that when they're collecting your value-added tax, which has not gone down, I noticed, since austerity was over. Anyway, there you go. That's my 2 pence. Well, I wanted to get my money's worth after all.
Well, it seems like he had to rush off and be somewhere. I wonder if he was, although he made an interesting point, I wonder if he was phoning from a payphone or something. And it's over to George, our next caller, ringing in about democracy.
Yes, hello, Mike. I'm a great fan about democracy. I like the idea everybody must have their say. We have regular staff meetings at my establishment, and everyone has their say, and everyone listens. Everyone must listen. It's compulsory to listen, and we make notes. We keep minutes of all the meetings and any decisions that happen to be accidentally made. And what we do is, when I say decisions, what I mean is my final casting decision, because we can all vote, of course, but that would be pointless because it's my organization. But I do take on board the very best ideas from the floor, incorporate them into a successful business plan, and run the business accordingly.
So I'm trying to get my head around this concept of democracy that you seem to be running there. Everybody has their say, and then you incorporate the best ideas. Do you have any way of recognizing the contributions of the workforce? Like a Employee of the Month award or anything like that, or recognition of a suggestion that's been made?
Of course we do. We have what we call a wage packet, and people get their wages. And then, of course, if anybody needs to make a personal appearance and discuss how successful my business has been, of course, it's my name on the business, it's my head on the chopping block, And so, naturally, any credit for selecting the very best ideas naturally goes to myself. And, what more democratic process could you have? It's security for all.
Well, thank you. I might have to give that call a little bit of thought. Thank you, George.
Mic Stand taking your calls.
And our next caller on the subject of democracy is Arthur.
Hello there, Mike. What it is, I thought I'd explain what democracy is. Basically, it's what it is. You have a vote every 4 years. Keeps you in your place, and there ain't nothing you can do for another 4 years. So basically, what democracy is, it's a way of keeping the peace. Give you the illusion of control. So anyway, I thought I'd just clue you in as to what it really is. Hope that helps. Anyway, gotta go. Keep smiling.
Well, goodness me, that was a short and sharp and snappy call from Arthur there. Thank you for your call, Arthur. Go ahead now. You're live on the radio.
Good afternoon, Mike. I've never run a radio station before.
Well, everybody has a first time, and you're welcome to phone in and make your point.
I just thought I'd bring up and explain about how I feel about this issue of tolerance regarding integration.
Well, we were really talking about democracy, but I suppose that acceptance, tolerance, and integration is part of a democratically sort of cohesive society. So go ahead.
Well, the way I look at it, and have done for a great many number of years, we all live on one planet together. And tolerance is a little bit like poking somebody with a stick every now and again, and agitating a situation on a regular basis, not letting things settle down and keeping things not as pleasant and not as positive and not as forward-thinking as they could be. Let me give you an example of what tolerance is. I don't like cheese, but if I ate cheese, I could tolerate it. Same thing with toothache. I could tolerate toothache, but by choice, I don't really want it. And when people talk about tolerance, it's like I tolerate my neighbor playing a little bit of music a bit loud, but I don't like it. Wouldn't be so bad if they were playing some music I like, but I don't like it. So I can barely tolerate it. Why should I tolerate it? It brings about a feeling of rebellion. But if we say acceptance, I accept that my neighbor has different musical tastes to me. I might, in a mature, grown-up way, go around and ask them to turn it down a little bit, if they wouldn't mind, to be considerate. Now this would show good manners and cohesion and somebody willing to work and live alongside each other in harmony, and we would be striving for harmony. But often it seems that acceptance isn't what's being striven for. Harmony isn't what's being striven for. And that we're being forced to eat cheeses when we don't like cheese. If we don't like it, it gives us a bad stomach and tastes most unpleasant. But to a cheese fan, oh no, that's the very best thing you could give them. So acceptance is a wholly different word to use, and it creates a different environment around it.
Well, you make some very interesting points there. We're coming to the end of the time that I have for this call. Would you like to take a moment to sum up before I must move on?
So I'd like to stress that whenever someone uses the word tolerance or intolerance, you should use acceptance instead. And I think it will find its niche and we'll have a happier life as a consequence of it.
In a moment, I'll go over to Ronson Leiter in the newsroom, but I hope you don't mind the news being a little bit late. It was a very interesting call there, so I stayed with it a little longer. So here's over to you, Ronson Leiter in the Resolution Radio 2020 newsroom.
This is Ronson Leiter with the news.
If you like this channel, like and subscribe our page. Share it with your friends. If you understand the underlying message here, which is about entertainment and fun,
Keep smiling!
then continue to stay with us. I look forward to interacting with you in the future.